Okay, scissor me timbers. So today we've got a 2017 Gibson Flying V versus a 2018 Gibson Flying V. So the differences between these guys are pickups. I believe they both have the same fretboard material. I have to double check that. And different colors. Obviously we got Ebony and this one's an aged cherry. There's a couple other differences, and I'm curious to see how close the specs are going to be in terms of, you know, neck profile and weight, all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get them on the bench, and we're going to be doing a double V extravaganza episode. And we're going to put these guitars head to head and just see how the specs line up, how they sound, how they play, and then you can decide which one's the winner. Alright, so let's get some specs. Alright, so we have the 2017 weighing in at a very light 7 pounds, 2.5 ounces. And the 2018 weighing in at 7 pounds, 15.8 ounces. So that's almost 8 pounds. So pretty close to about a pound difference between the two. Alright, let's check the pickup readings for the 2017 with the Dirty Fingers pickups. So in the bridge position it's reading a 15.38, so pretty hot. And in the neck position, even hotter, a 15.42. And in the middle position, a 7.70. On the 2018 we've got a burst bucker 2 in the neck and a burst bucker 3 in the bridge. So in the bridge position it's reading an 8.37, and in the neck position a 7.99, and in the middle position a 4.09. Width of the nut on the 2017 is a 1.70. On the 2018, width of the nut is a 1.69, and the width of the 12th of the 2017 is a 2.09. And at the 2018, the width of the 12th is a 2.07. The thickness of the first fret for the 2017 is 8.44, and at the 12th it's 8.55. Alright, on the 2018, the width at the first fret, or the thickness, is a 0.84, and at the 12th fret, 0.88. And here's the 2017 neck profile, standard C profile, and it flattens out a little bit by the 12th. And the neck is the slim taper C, so it feels a little thinner. Here's the 2018 neck profile. So yeah, it's a pretty standard C. It does flatten out a little bit by the 12th. And it's a slim taper C, so it's a little bit of a thinner neck. Alright, let's take a look at the 2017 parts. So here is our tailpiece. It's very lightweight. It's the advanced plating branding. And here is our bridge. Again, API, so advanced plating incorporated. That's just where Gibson gets their parts at this year. And here's a look at our Dirty Fingers pickups. So here's the bridge. So it says Dirty Fingers 2017. So that all looks good. And then here's the neck. Dirty Fingers 2017. And have a look at our pickup routes here. So yeah, everything looks nice and clean. Looks like there's some markings in the cavity. So in the neck cavity it says EB+, which is probably Ebony. These are just factory codes. And then in the bridge cavity it says PSV17. So V17, I'm not sure what the PS stands for. But yeah, routes are looking good. You can see the mahogany at the bottom here. And let's just go ahead and check out our pickup cavity. So there we are. We've got our Gibson branded pickups, our pots, and then we've got those small blue capacitor there, 2 volumes and a tone, and yeah, everything's original. Nothing looks like it's been messed with. It's all just from factory. And there's a look at our cavity route there. Alright, here's a look at the headstock. So yeah, nice and clean. There's some slight scuffs in the finish, but nothing too deep or scratches or dings or anything. There's a look at our truss rod. So yeah, no threads showing. So lots of room for adjustment. And this is our Granadillo fingerboard. So the difference between this 2017 and the 2018 is the 18 is supposed to have a torrefied Granadillo fingerboard. Now the difference is torrefied basically means roasted. So same way, similar to like a roasted maple neck, that's a roasted fingerboard. But they look the same, so yeah, I'm not really sure. Another difference on the 2018, we've got cryogenically frozen frets, and these ones are just, on the 2017, are just normal. So the cryogenically frozen frets are supposed to last longer. It just changes the properties of the metal, supposedly, but who knows. So yeah, on the 2018 you get the torrefied fingerboard and the cryogenically frozen frets. And here's just a quick look at the condition of the 2017. It's in very nice shape, no major scratches or dings. There are a couple spots on the back that you can see that have been repaired. So small dings that have been touched up with some lacquer, it looks like. They're very hard to see, but they're there, and when I flip this guitar around, I'll show you that. So yeah, there's one of those repaired dings I was talking about here. So it looks like it was filled with lacquer and kind of just sealed. So it's pretty hard to see, but if you're looking for it, it's there, and you can feel it's a little bit rougher in that spot. Alright, let's have a quick look at the back. Again, pretty nice shape, a couple of scuffs and marks and impressions, a little bit of buckle warming on the back, some scuffed up there. But overall, pretty nice and clean condition. Looks like there's a little bit of wear here. And the neck is in nice shape. Got our made in 2017 stamp there. And there's the serial number with the Grover kidney machine heads. And I did notice right here there's another spot where it's been filled with some lacquer, and it's pretty hard. It's a lot smoother here. You can still kind of feel it, but again, very hard to see on this black guitar. But they're there. Okay, now having a look at the 2018, and here's our tailpiece. Very similar. It's very lightweight and advanced plating incorporated. Checking out our bridge, same thing, advanced plating incorporated branded on there. And so we've got a humbucker, a burstbucker 2 in the neck, and a burstbucker 3 in the bridge. So here's the neck, BB2, and this one is 2017, so they were using a year-old pickup in this model. And there's our route. We can see there's a color code there, AC, so that stands for aged cherry. And our route looks nice and clean. And here's our bridge pickup. And we can see that's a BB3 for Burstbucker 3 2017. And this one says in the pickup DSV18, so V18, and I'm not sure what the DS stands for. Cool. And let's have a look at our pickup cavity. Alright, so yeah, there's our pickup cavity there. And as far as the electronics go, yeah, Gibson branded pots. We still have our blue little capacitor there for the tone. And yeah, looks pretty standard, and everything looks good, unaltered from the factory. And there's some markings in this pickup cavity as well. It looks like GV something something V19. No, it's an 8. V18. So just some more of the factory markings there. All right, here's a look at our headstock on the 2018. So yeah, very nice and clean. No scuff, scratches, or dings. And there's a look at our truss rod. Still got the paint on the cover, so it looks like it's never been adjusted, and there's no thread showing, so lots of room for adjustment. There's our Tectoid nut, and just like the 2017, our frets are in very nice shape. This is the Torrified Granadillo fretboard. It looks the same to me. So I'm not sure if there's any differences feel-wise or structure-wise, but it looks the same. I really like the look of Granadillo. You can get some nice flame in there sometimes too. It kind of just looks like a lighter rosewood. But yeah, it feels about the same as well. And then these frets are the cryogenically frozen frets as well. It's supposed to make them last longer. And as far as the body goes, a very nice shape. I really like this aged cherry finish. It looks great. And yeah, no marks or dings or repairs on this one. Everything's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and flip it around to the back. We can have a look. Alright, here's a look at the back of the 2018 V. Again, this one's just in very, very nice shape. Almost mint. Maybe some slight scuffs you can see in the light. But no deep scratches or dings anywhere. And yeah, looks like this guitar wasn't touched very much. And no marks or anything on the neck. And there's a look at our Grover machine heads with the serial number. And this one says made in 2018. Another channel I like does this sock test with the fret ends, so I thought I'd give it a try. So basically I'm just using this really nice light nylon material, and I'm going to rub it along the frets just to show that there's no sharp frets. If there's any sharp frets, it'll snag horribly and rip this thing to shreds. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show that. Alright, fret ends on the 2017. So I'm going to go ahead and just go up and down. And as you can see, nice and smooth. It looks like it maybe snagged a tiny little bit. That's what those lines are from. Just trying to feel where maybe a slight bit up here. It's like a hint of being a little bit sharp, but it's not even enough to tear this super thin fabric. So very nice fret ends, nice and smooth. So on the 2018, I'm going to go ahead and do both sides. Feels very nice and smooth, and as you can see, it's perfect. There's no snags or rips anywhere. So yeah, nice smooth fret ends. Alright, showing the setup on the 2017 Flying V. So this thing has been set up and intonated, and show off the relief in the neck here. So I'm using a notch straight edge, and we can see based on the gap between the fretboard and the notch straight edge how much relief is in the neck. So you can see there's a little bit of a gap there. So there's just a little bit of relief in the neck, which is about how you want it. I always set my guitar just a tad of relief in the neck to give me good action over here at the nut. So you can see when I finger the 3rd fret, the 1st string is just resting nicely against the fret. So that just shows me that the nut is cut nicely, and we've got low relief in the neck, so we have nice action here. And then action at the 12th fret, we're looking at about a 1.5 at the low E, and just about a 1 at the high E. So that's where I like to set the action on all my guitars. It's nice and low. Alright, the 2018 has been set up and intonated as well. So let's just show the relief in the neck here. See that there's just a tiny bit of relief in the neck, which is how I like to set it. So that makes the action over here nice. So you can see when I use the 3rd fret, you can see that the string is resting just nicely against that 1st fret. So that's showing our nut is cut nicely, and there's a little relief in the neck. And then at the 12th fret, at the low E, sitting at about a 1.5, and at the high E, just under 1. Alright, we'll start with the 2017. So there we go, nice low action and no fretting out anywhere. And do the 2018. Alright, so yeah, also plays nice and low with no fretting out or buzzing anywhere. So yeah, they're both set up really nice. They both play really good. Next thing we're going to do is plug them in and see how they sound. Alright, I'm plugged into the 1-2 King rig. And yeah, blatant 60 cycle hum ripoff. I'm just going to not talk through this part because I'm going to run through the same riffs with each guitar. So I'm going to do clean, dirty, and then fuzz. And then I'm going to do bridge, neck, and middle pickup for each guitar. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the 2017. I'm running my amp at 4.5. I'm using the Carl speaker soak attenuator. And my treble set at 4.5, bass is 4.5, reverb set at 2.5. And we're going to go ahead and start clean. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the Gibson 2017 and 2018 Flying V? Well, they're both great guitars and they're both a little bit different. So the 2017 is about a pound lighter than the 2018, but the 2018 seems to have a little bit more sustain, so I guess that depends on what's important to you. The pickups are definitely different. The Dirty Fingers sound great. They're higher output pickups, so they sound good with metal or lots of distortion or just a lot of high gain stuff. The Burst Buckers 2 and 3s are a little bit more classic sounding, more for like classic rock or, you know, a little bit less gainy music. They're both able to play each type of genre too, though. You just got to dial in your pedals and your amp and whatnot. The 2018, they both have Granadillo fretboards. The 2018 is supposed to have the torrefied Granadillo. So this has been heat treated. So that's going to usually affect the weight a little bit, as well as the hardness of the wood. So I'm not sure how much in the grand scheme of things that's going to change, but just something to note. Also, the 2018 frets are cryogenically treated. That's supposed to make them last longer, but I'm sure it's pretty similar. And yeah, this 2017 had a couple of dings that had been repaired. I showed that in the video. So just a couple lacquer drop fills on it. Really hard to see, also really good shape. And the 2018 is almost immaculate. There's very few marks or dings anywhere on it. You're hard pressed to find anything. There are a few maybe finished scuffs and handling marks. And they both play great. I set them up both the same, 1.5 millimeters at the low E and 1 at the high E. So they both have great setups. They both played very similarly, and they both felt great. And no buzz or fretting out anywhere. So yeah, both great options. Both great playing and good looking guitars. And yeah, if you're interested in either of these guitars, I'm going to have them up on my Reverb page. So I actually have a 2017, a 2018, and a 2019 V for sale. So I'm lousy with them. So you're not starved for choice if you're interested in a V. So anyway, thanks for tuning in to Beckler Guitars and Repairs. I'm going to have more for you really soon. Thanks a lot.